Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to day number 7. Yes, day number 7 of our challenge for the Goliath within. I am super excited to be with you all tonight. I just need to share something with you, though. Last night, I got an opportunity to be in the presence of my mentor, Dr. Sandra Williams, and we got the opportunity to surprise her and to just honor her for all that she does and how she pours into us and gives us wisdom and teaches us and mentors and coaches us and encourages us to do all that we're supposed to do, all that we can do as business owners, entrepreneurs. This is what she does. She pours into us, and we got an opportunity to pour into her. And we surprised her with a nice dinner and giving her some love, giving her flowers. And so tonight, I wanted to talk to you about what we're doing, how we're walking through this book. I wanted to talk to you about spreading love. One of the things we got to do last evening was just to spread some love, not only to Dr. Sandra, but the people that were around the table, the people we ran into while we were out. We were able to spread love. What does that mean? When you talk about spreading love? Spreading love is, extending kindness to someone else, extending some goodness to someone that otherwise might not receive it. You never know who is going through something. You never know who is experiencing some hardships. And we get the opportunity to encourage them. We get the opportunity to spread some love, to spread some kindness. So, performing acts of compassion. And one of the things that I do whenever I go to a restaurant, so I want you to know, when I go to a restaurant, I recognize that the waiters and waitresses that serve us, they have sometimes more tables than we know. And if there happens to be a large group of people, they need to be responsible for making sure that the orders are correct and that everybody has what they need and that they're waiting on us and they're extending to us what it is that we need to make our dining experience wonderful. And one of the things that I do to show my appreciation to them is that I leave a tip. And I don't just leave any old kind of tip. I want to bless them and leave them a tip that leaves them surprised. I got to share this with you. It was a very funny experience. I was out of town and went to a restaurant. My husband and I went to a restaurant and we were going to, this was one of those I think it was a Waffle House or something like that. Kevin wanted to go to Waffle House, so I said, "Okay, we'll go to Waffle House today." So we get there, and the waitress was phenomenal. She took such good care of us. She made sure we had everything we needed, and even before we needed something, she brought some more water to fill our glasses and asked us if we wanted anything else to drink, needed anything, any condiments. As she was on point. And when it got to, and I'll tell you the other thing in just a minute. And we get to the register, and I used my card to pay for our meal. Well, I used the card to pay for our meal. And these types of restaurants, when you pay for it, they actually have a section where you can put in your tip if you want to put in the tip. And when it got to that tip area, I put 0. And I looked up to see her face. I wanted to see her face. And she looked like she was trying to be like I'm going to be, you're not going to be able to tell what I'm thinking. But I could tell. She was like, "What? Huh? No tip at all? What?" And I paid for the meal and I signed off on everything. And then I gave her in hand the tip. And first of all, when she got the tip, she was like, oh, wow, because I wanted to be a blessing to her. And so our meal was no more than what, $15. But I wanted to bless her. I wanted to make sure that she received a blessing for what she did for us. I wanted to spread some kindness. I wanted to spread some love. I wanted her to know that she was appreciated for the work that she does. And I said, gotcha, huh? She said, no, there's a, I said, yeah, you did. Because I saw the zero. I was like, oh. I said, no, I like to be able to give the tip in cash because I don't want you to have to wait to get what you deserve, because so many times, they have to wait for the end of the day when everything cashes out and all of that. And I want to make sure that they get there. It's like you get your instant gratification because of the service you gave. You gave me the service right then. I want to give you your tip right then. And so that's what I did. And it was so good. It felt so good to perform an act of kindness and compassion for her and just let her know how much I appreciated the service that she gave to me and my husband. So here, when we talk about building business, and when you're in business or in ministry, sometimes there are some. Now, I had a very gracious hostess who took good care of us, but there are sometimes you have people that are not so gracious. You have some people that business people that you're in business with that you want to shake them, because you're like, why are you so hard to work with? Why do you make life so difficult? But we have to be the one who shed and spread kindness, that we spread love, so that they'll know that they are an appreciated person, even if they don't reciprocate it. It's not our responsibility to be concerned about what they do, but we are responsible for what we do. So I'm telling you, I'm not. I want you to be able to really think about these questions that we're asking. So I want you to think about the next two questions that you're going to get. And I've been watching in the chat to see the interactions and the kind of conversations that are being held. And I'm really excited about what you all are doing. And I'm getting excited. I'm trying to figure out now, who am I going to be able to give these gifts to? I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to the 14th, because that's when I'm going to announce those people that I'm going to be sending special gifts to. And what I'm going to want you to do is, when I call out your name, I want you to DM me your address so that I can send you your special gift. I'm so excited about what you're going to receive, and I'll tell you what they are after I announce those who are receiving special gifts. So tonight, here are your two questions. I want you to be thinking about these questions. Uh, I want you to be, going over in your mind, what is it that you can do to spread kindness? So here are the two questions. I'm going to put them in the chat here. I'm going to put them in the chat. Okay, that's one. And let's go over here. Want to make sure that you get to, there it is, and I will put them in the chat here. There are your questions. All right, your questions are: how have acts of kindness and love towards others impacted your own well-being and sense of fulfillment? How has your act of kindness impacted your own well-being and sense of fulfillment? How have they impacted you? How did you feel? How did it make you feel when you were able to bless someone else, when you were able to show kindness to someone who didn't show that to you, to show love to someone who didn't reciprocate? When you know you're doing the right thing for the right reason and you know you're doing it because you're pleasing God, how does that impact your own well-being and your sense of fulfillment? And question number 2, what opportunities can you create today to extend love, compassion, or support to those around you? Just like we were able to do last night. What kinds of acts of kindness, what kind of opportunities what can you create to extend love and compassion or support to those around you? What kinds of things can you do? Can you send someone a note? Can you send them a card and just let them know how much you appreciate them? And then stick a little gift card in there from either a grocery store or, if you know them well, their favorite place to shop. Can you do something that lets someone know that you appreciate them? Even if you send them a note or call them up and say, I was just thinking about you. I wanted to know, how are you? An act of kindness for someone that you don't know. Open the door for someone. If it looks like they need help carrying their groceries to the car. We had an act of kindness showed to us last night. I needed to escort my husband to the restroom. And when we needed to go into a particular restroom, and the gentleman stood, he said, I'll stand outside of the door while you go in and take care of your husband. He didn't know me. He didn't have to show that act of kindness. He didn't have to stay there at the door and let anybody else know that there's someone in the restroom. He showed an act of kindness. What can you do to express to someone and support someone that may need it? So those are your 2 questions. I'd like for you to reflect upon them. I'd like to hear from you. What are your thoughts? How are you showing and spreading love? And if you don't yet have the book, I want to encourage you to go to bit.ly/the Praying CEO, where you can go ahead and purchase the book. And I believe it will bless your heart. I'm putting that in the chat as well. Here you go. I believe it'll bless your heart. Some people have already ordered the book, and it's getting sent out to you even as we speak. And I'm so thankful for you all and your support, and how you are really digging deep and digging into these questions and allowing them to really speak to your heart. So with that, I told you we're not going to be long. I'm almost at my 15-minute mark. Just want to remind you that spreading love to someone, spreading and showing compassion and kindness and support, it goes a long way. Because when you're doing that to the least of these, you've done it unto the Father. So everything that we do, we're not doing for ourselves. We're doing it for God's glory. So remember, whatever it is that we're doing it to please Him. An audience of one. So I want to encourage you, think about these questions, and I'd like to hear from you. What acts of kindness have impacted, and how can you impact someone else's life? We'll be back again tomorrow with another edition, another installment of the Goliath Within, Winning the Battle of the Heart 14-day challenge. I love you so much, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Make this evening a great one. Talk with you soon.